What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about some stocks today, indexes or index trackers and stocks themselves. We're going to start it off with QQQI for Diesel Killer and SPY as well. Then we're moving on to DJT for El Conquistador. Me and my grandfather are actually talking about DJT today. One of my grandfathers. Shout out to my papa if he's watching this. Shout out, papa. I love you. And we're talking about, isn't it a coincidence? We're talking about DJT today. I think that's funny. But it makes sense. It's been doing well. Anyways, the music won't be playing the whole time, guys, by the way. I will pause it for the TA, as is usual. But after that, we were talking about OGN and Tesla for V Alpha Soldier, RGTI and QBTS for Raw VM, and OPSEC for Ricky Daddy, who said Optic last time, but it's OPSEC, and that's what we meant to talk about. We, funnily enough, did TA on the wrong stock, and I thought that it looked really good. I remember that chart, man. It's when you see a good-looking chart, you remember it. And I think you said that you bought some based on that, and you're doing good. So I'm happy to hear that. I actually want to check it out real quick while we're doing it. Hold on, I'll turn the music off in a second, guys. But Optic, right? This was the one, I believe, and yeah. You're up 34% this week. Hey, you're probably doing all right. Yeah, good job. That's awesome, man. Very low cap stock. I would not recommend anybody put their life savings into this, but whatever amount you put in, man, I hope it's doing good for you. Looks like it's doing good for you. But anyways, it's just a lucky mishap right there that happened. But let's pause the music. Let's get serious. Let's start talking about all these charts. And without any further ados, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let's do this. Looking at this right now, I believe what we're going to do is we're going to move sideways until we die. That's exactly what's going to happen. This, to me, says 100 high income ETF. Well, it's not going to make you a high income. You're bouncing between $50 and $52. And it's very boring. Oh, hey, but you get dividends. Hey, it's not bad. 60 cents. I mean, it's not really great, but whatever. Diesel Killer, what, man? Why? This is boring. It's going to move sideways. I have nothing to say. I've got nothing. I mean, QQQ, the Qs themselves. Looks like it's moving sideways. That's why, because it's just, yeah, probably moves down. Probably does move down. That's my thoughts. Probably moves down. QQQ. SPY. Also looking like it wants to move down. It's a nice rejection off your overbought zone there. Let's look at the weekly. You reached for the sky, SPY. New all-time highs, SPY. Hit your 1272, SPY. Moving back down, probably. A lot going on with that 476 to 480 area. You could. If not 476 to 480, you might find support at 493 to 4, essentially that same area. So look for support around 493 at the best case scenario. If not, coming back to retest the previous all-time highs and then moving higher. Which looks like you've done that before. You've done that here even. You've done that there. I don't know. Sounds about right. Oh man, if you were to close this week red, you're only up 2.4%, which I say only, but for SPX it's actually pretty good. If you were to close this week red, what you're going to get is a rejection off this overbought zone. Oh man. You guys, that would look bad. That wouldn't look good to me, man. Like, I don't know. Hopefully I'm just being pessimistic. Nah, you probably do go a little bit higher. I mean, from here, I think you will go lower. I wouldn't be surprised if you close this week red, but if you close the week red, what you're doing is you're rejecting off this overbought zone, and then you'd probably come down at least to the 60, if not lower. which makes sense because we're calling for prices or readings, not prices technically, readings around 475, around the previous all-time highs. Yeah, I think that's what you're in the middle of doing. If I'm wrong, cool. If I'm wrong, SPX, you're moving up, or SPY, you're moving up to 548, 585, somewhere around there. But I don't know. I think you pull back to about 475, give or take 5 pips. But that's SPY. Enough of that. DJT. I hope that helps. Diesel Killer. I hope that helps. And all this is my opinions, guys. None of it's financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with his 2 cats on his couch. I don't know if you can see them. They might look blurry, but both of them are over there. And I am in my living room just chilling out, doing some charts, keeping myself up late at night, high to low. I'm sleep deprived, man. None of this is financial advice. You better not be taking financial advice. 886 hit, nice. This week is up. You're already up 57% this week. Beautiful. Opened up, but you're kind of coming down. Yeah. I forget what it was, but there's some positive news or something, right? It's a news-driven event day. You probably come back down. You probably do. You probably come back into this range between $53 to $45. Though I don't think you'd break below $45. And if you do, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But you probably do fill this gap, and then you'll continue to go higher. Rejecting the 886 like that, I wouldn't be surprised if you came back to your 618 or at least the 69. So I'm going to stand by that between about $53 to $45. Let's call it that. And inevitably, Donald J. Trump, DJT, you're going to be moving up to $180, $374. What's your market cap right now? Yeah, dude, yeah. You could see that. Absolutely you could. Absolutely, yeah. And that's that. I really do like the weekly RSI. I don't mind the daily RSI. It looks kind of funny, actually. And the 3-hour looks fine, but you probably do pull back a little bit. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Probably pulls back for the rest of the week, actually. Would be my thoughts. Unless you do something crazy where you pull back really fast and then you just skyrocket, which that can happen at any point in time. But inevitably, I do think you go higher. But for the more immediate term, I think you have lower to go first. So that's that. Let's talk about OGN. Organon and Co. I don't like it. It does not give me good vibes. This makes me think you want to go down. Why? Because every time you formed a lower high, you have formed a lower low, which does not sit well with me. You look essentially like you have every other time, other than the fact that you're lingering up here, where I guess the last few times you came up here, rejected, came up here, rejected, came up here, rejected, didn't even get up here, rejected, and now you've been lingering. Let's see what you're doing, relatively speaking. High to low. 61869 area, perfect zone to find a high and move lower, bro. Consolidating above the 618, though, that doesn't look bad if I'm being completely blunt. I just don't like the chart. That's the reason I'm being so rough on it right now. The daily RSI looks pretty damn good. Let's be fair. The daily RSI does look good. I'm going to go against my better judgment and say you want to go higher. I don't think you take that high out, but I think $20 to $22 is on the brain. I would be very surprised if you went up to $30 or $39, but hey, if you can break above the 886 at about $22, what would that be? What is it actually? Yeah, if you can close a day, a week would be nice, but a day, multiple days to get confirmation above $22, I'd be convinced that you're moving up to $30, and you might be turning over a new leaf that sends you even up to like potentially new all-time highs. But for now, let's stay grounded. This chart looks terrible. You're probably moving to $20 to $22. And that's not offensive. I hope that's not. I mean, I'm not trying to be offensive, is what I should say. If it's offensive, that's a personal thing. You know, if you find offense in that, but I don't think you will. V Alpha Soldier, I think you get it. You appreciate the realism. I know you do. Inevitably, though, I would not be surprised if this thing wanted to go lower. What's the dividends pay on it? Not that good for how terrible of a chart it is. Yeah, it probably does go down lower. I wouldn't be surprised, even though I'm talking $20 to $22. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this was its high and it went down. Close below the 618. That'll be the validation you need to go lower. Close above the 886. That'll be the validation you need to go higher. But as of right now, I am going to give it to it. I think it does want to go to $20 to $22. That's OGN. Tesla. Tesla. Had such promise and gave it up. Not looking good. So probably lower. Probably has lower to go. Oh, yeah, I think so, man. I think so. I think you are going lower. Low to high. Yep. We'll see you at 153 to 142, man. If not lower than that. But for right now, the next pit stop is going to be between, essentially, let's call it 154 to 142, somewhere in there. Yeah. Very confident in that. Down you go. RGTI. Rigetti. Also not the best looking chart out there. Oh, there's good things going for it. Hold above $1.45. You're at $1.51 now, so you need to really show up and not break below $1.45. If you break below $1.45, we'll see you at 85 cents, 72 cents. Very confidently, we will see you down there. Now, when I say break below $1.45, I don't mean you can't wick below it. You can wick below it. That's okay. Just like you didn't break above the 236 here, even though it's at $2.02, you went all the way up to $2.36. You know, didn't break it. You didn't close above it, but you just wicked above it. If you wick below $1.45, that's okay. But if you close a week below it, that's not okay. That would condemn you to 85 cents, if not 72 cents. So don't do that. It's asking a lot because you're only 6 cents away from $1.45. So don't do that. Did I turn the music off? I better have. Okay, good. Daily. Looking like you want to go a little bit lower, man. Hard to say. Hard to say. I'm gonna leave it up in the air because I really don't know. The chart overall looks like trash. I'm gonna not leave it in the air. I'm gonna be decisive. I think you are going lower. We'll see at 85 cents to 72 cents, man. I think you will break it below this 145 area. If you don't, if you hold support and then by some miracle you break above 202, which again, break, not wick, break above it, 202, then you're off to new highs from this relative high. Then we could talk about that. But until then, I remain bearish. Below $1 you go, 85 cents or lower. That's RGTI. QBTS. D-Wave Quantum. Yeah, you probably come lower. You probably do. You probably go down to here, form a higher low. You're probably in some kind of like wedge. Probably. Very confident you go lower. Decent weekly looking RSI, but same kind of thing, right? If you were to go low here, you're still forming like higher lows. It wouldn't be crazy at all. You're kind of at a point. Look at that, dude. So perfect. Yeah, you're probably going lower. Absolutely. I'm very convinced. Sometimes you can just spot it, right? Like that one right off the bat. I didn't even throw any indicators on. I'm just like, yeah, you're probably going lower. That doesn't mean that it has to do that. It doesn't mean that I'm right on that call. Daily RSI is not... It looks better than the last one. It definitely does look better than the last one, but at least for relative time frame's sake. It's got a little bit more hope going on for it, but I don't remain hopeful. I think it's going down. And where are you going to go down to? Probably around $1.10. Give or take 10 cents in either direction, so like $1 to $1.20. But I really think with the heavier emphasis on that $1.10 area is where you're going to go. And now we're going to finish this bad boy up with OPSEC, OPSEC, the real one that we were meant to do. Right? Ricky Daddy, what happened, man? I thought you said it was actually a stock. Is it a crypto? I thought you said it was a stock. Maybe I misunderstood. Okay, Ricky Daddy, if you're watching this, we're not talking about OPSEC in this video. I will talk about it in a crypto video. I will make a specific crypto video just with that inside. It'll probably be a very short video because it's a DEX coin. But enough of that, guys. That's all I got. If you guys liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.